Hello everybody, welcome back to Living Between Paychecks Kitchen. It's me, Jack, and today we are going to be making some tamale casserole. Now, we're going to be using canned tamales because it's a lot cheaper than buying real tamales. Real tamales are about $1 each, so this could get very expensive very fast if you're going to use real tamales. And as mentioned, we're using canned ones, so the quality is a bit questionable and it may taste funny, but I actually don't mind. I kind of like the Hormel canned tamales, even though they do come out looking a little funny, as you'll see. Yeah, let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, we have quite a few things here. We have a tablespoon of white onion. We have 2 green onion ends. This is the bottom near the stem. We have about 2 to 4 cut green onions. And we have some cilantro here. We have 2 cups of shredded Mexican cheese, or maybe they call it Mexican cheese. We have 3 cans of tamales. There's 6 tamales in each one of these cans. And we have 30 ounces of Old El Paso red enchilada sauce. And we have 14.5 ounces of queso fresco. We're only going to use half of this. Hopefully that's enough. Okay, let's get into it. So go ahead and open up your cans of tamales and start taking the wrapper off. And just set all the tamales aside and throw away the wrapper. You don't need it no more. I'll be real with you, it's usually not the prettiest sight, but it's what you get when you go with canned tamales and you're broke and you can't afford the real things. Once all your sad tamales are out of the can, go ahead and carefully set it aside so none of them slide out and go all over the place. And get your pan ready. Now we're going to go ahead and spray a little bit of oil in here, and we're going to start adding some of our sauce. We want to coat the bottom in our enchilada sauce, and we're going to add some chunks of our queso fresco to it. Alright, so go ahead and get your hands wet because this stuff will stick if it's not, and just start breaking off little pieces and spreading it around. This stuff crumbles fairly easily, but you might encounter some resistance over here and there. So yeah, just go ahead and crumble it up. You don't need to use a whole lot, but you can actually use as much as you want, really. Just be sure to have some left over for the top when you get there. After adding your queso fresco, add a little bit of shredded cheese. Not a whole lot. You mainly want this stuff to be on the top layer. In fact, you don't even have to actually do this. This is just something I'm doing because I like cheese everywhere. And after that, carefully start to place your slippery tamales next side by side until you have everything placed. Once your enchiladas are in, go ahead and sprinkle your onion around. This is optional, you don't actually need onion, but I'm just throwing it in so it'll be nice. And pour in the rest of your enchilada sauce. You can use homemade enchilada sauce if you have it, or if you know a recipe. I actually know one, but it's a lot of work, and it's more than I feel like dealing with. This is 30 ounces. The recipe actually calls for 20, but I'm going a little extra with it. I might not use the whole thing. And once again, come back to your queso fresco and just start breaking off small pieces. Once you feel you have enough of your queso fresco, go ahead and add in your green onion stems if you want. These are also optional, you don't actually need these. And then add your cheese. Add your shredded cheese. And evenly spread it across the top. Now you might not use the whole 2 cups, that's okay, but I'm gonna try and use all of it. Okay, there we go. And now we just need to cover it up and put it in the oven. Okay, after you have it covered, go ahead and set your oven to 375 Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Celsius. And we're going to bake it for 25 minutes. It's been 25 minutes. Let's see how it came out. Hopefully the cheese is melted. I'm not sure if you're supposed to do this with or without the aluminum foil. I went ahead and did it by default because it's usually how it goes. Let's see if I can get this off without burning myself. It's spilling molten hot. Okay, so it still has a bit of ways to go. We're going to go ahead and put it back in the oven, and we're going to set it to broil for a couple of minutes. And we're going to watch it really closely without the cover on it. Alright, here we are. After 25 minutes of baking and 7 minutes of broiling to try and get the cheese layer to melt, our tamale casserole, I think you could probably actually call this, is done. And so yeah, there you have it, tamale casserole. Now, there's all kinds of ways you can customize this. You can use like half the enchilada sauce I used and make cheater enchiladas with tamales. You can change the other ingredients like the onions. I added those. Those actually weren't originally called for. But yeah, thanks for watching. You can catch us here Wednesdays, Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. You can also catch us on Instagram over at Living Between, on Facebook at Living Between Paychecks Kitchen, and I think we have a Pinterest. I don't exactly remember what it is. It's probably Living Between something, maybe, I don't know. But that just links back to here. We're also on Patreon. We could definitely use any Patreon support. We also love your patrons. Thank you for everything you give us. You make this possible. And yeah, thanks, and we'll see you next time.